All right, this is the cursive quote poster. You have to find yourself a famous quote, a famous saying, a poem, a short poem, a famous song lyric or a verse that everybody, that you find interesting or that means something to you. And we pulled this off right up, searching for famous quotes, or I'm going to show you some things that you can look under. But this is printed up right off the internet, probably under cursive posters or posters with cursive, writing. And there's all sorts of decorative stuff involved in here. And you can see how some of the letters are thicker and they're thinner. They have a thicker side and a thinner side. And that has to do with the way you hold the pen. And that adds a lot of dimension to that. So we're going to talk about that. So basically, when you're doing the writing, you have to think about it being thicker on one side and thinner on the other side. As you change the pen, as you're pushing the pen across this direction, it's making it thicker. And when you're changing the direction, it's getting thinner, and you're using the other side of the pen, and it's getting thicker, and then it's getting thinner. So those are normally we're thicken on the outsides, and the insides and the straight downs are going to be thinner. Okay? So again, you can look at stuff and get a feel for that. Here's a pencil sketch of something that a student is starting. This is just kind of scribbled in to show that it's going to have borders in both sides. It probably could continue a border this way, and it could probably continue a border this way, although it's not finished. It's just the beginning, showing what it's going to look like as the letters are colored in, how they're thickened on one side and thin on the other side, and it creates some dimension in the letters, makes them stand out a little bit. So that's important. Here's some examples of some finished projects. Doesn't have to be a big, long quote, but there's artwork involved. And this one, these two students have started to do stuff with color. This one is all in black and white. Get these all organized. This is all in black and white. You see some borders, got some floral vines, and flower shapes are involved. Here's one that's not finished, and you can see the floral. Oh, that's some of the stuff that's coming through from the back. All right, so you can see these floral designs maybe look like leaves or vines. This definitely is a floral pattern, like a large type of flower. And again, it's outlined where they're going to come in and color that in. So that's a start. So how do you get going on this? Well, first you're going to do some research. You're going to have to get on the internet. And you're going to have to find yourself a quote. And you're going to have to work on, this is a quote that uses every letter of the alphabet. There's the Q, there's the Z. Where's the Z? There's the Z, the Y. Every letter in the alphabet is in this sentence. So you don't have to do that. But what I want to show you is that they're using their guidelines here, the lines, to space these sentences out. And then after they had that spaced out, they could lay their white paper over the top of it and trace where all these letters are. If you look real carefully, you can see where it says the, quick. So you can see through the paper and follow it on really lightly. And once you had it lightly in, then you'd add in, whatever kind of a scroll type work that you were going to use. Whether it's organic in shape or just scroll or spirally, whatever the designs are. So if you go on the internet and you look up famous quotes, and then look up, you can look up images, and you're going to find all sorts of pictures of famous quotes. If you type in famous quotes in cursive, famous quotes in cursive, you're going to find lots of stuff that's like the Audrey Hepburn that I showed you at the very first. Lots of different posters. And you have to do some of your own research. If you look up a script, C-R-I-P-T, script means writing. Cursive borders, use the word cursive again. And borders, B-O-R-D-E-R-S. Cursive borders. Got a little carried away with my zip there on my B. But you're going to find, if you type in cursive borders, that you're going to find lots of images of floral designs. It may be, different geometric designs, circles and squares and triangles. Borders can be a lot of different things, but since we're doing cursive, it's probably better to use, script style of borders like they would have used. I'm reminded of how John Hancock did his signature. When he got down to the bottom, he's doing all these waves and these bars and things like that. There's also ways of drawing signs and banners. So a flag would be this shape here, and you'd come in and curve it around and do this, and there's a flag waving. So this starts off as a wavy line. You could do a border that's like this, and you come up and do this in the background, and then you do another one like this, and another one like this, and there you go. There is your banner that's like the flag waving. If you add another piece that looks like there's flows, and when you add curved lines, it makes it even look more like we add these curved lines like this to it, and change these to curved lines. And it will add more realism, like it's flowing in the breeze. And sometimes you can bring it around like this and bring it down, and that curve will look like it's coming around into this part. There's a banner like that. You may have something that you're writing up in here. There's the well, we'll show a video in class that shows banners, but if you look up banners on YouTube, there's some videos where some artists are drawing banners. So there you go. Let's make a beautiful poster to finish up this cursive writing.